Here are the top causes of death in humans around the world in 2022. The world's biggest killer is ischemic heart disease, responsible for 16% of the world's total deaths. Number 10. Nephritis. The nephron is beset with nephritis. It happens when the kidney's working units become aggravated. Glomerulonephritis is one more name for this disease. Cardiovascular sickness can be brought about by nephritis. This is one of the most well-known reasons for mortality among people all over the planet, as indicated by measurements. The vast majority of individuals with nephritis are female. After an unexpected disease, intense glomerulonephritis creates. The kidneys become contaminated and quit filling in because of this disease. Thus, the patient kicks the bucket. Number 9. Diabetes. Diabetes, which influences a large number of individuals all over the planet, is one more typical reason for death in people. Assuming the patient's diabetes is taken care of, the person in question can live freely. Number 8. Flu and pneumonia. Flu, frequently known as a viral infection, starts to spread in the fall and tops in the colder time of year. An infection influences individuals, all things considered. In any case, kids are the ones who are generally impacted by this affliction. This sickness kills over 1.3 million individuals each year, making it one of the most well-known reasons for death in people all over the planet. Number 7. Lower respiratory lot contamination. One more typical reason for death for individuals the whole way across the world. At the point when the lungs get tainted, the lower respiratory lot contamination happens. An infection or different life forms are the most widely recognized reasons for contamination. The sickness of the lower respiratory parcel is especially irresistible. A lower respiratory lot contamination that goes untreated could prompt a hopeless demise. Wheezing and hacking are utilized to spread it from one to individual. The contamination in the lower respiratory parcel could endure somewhere in the range of 3 to 14 days. The condition can turn out to be more risky on the off chance that the side effects wait longer than 14 days. Number 6. COPD. Persistent obstructive pneumonic infection, COPD, is an abbreviation for ongoing obstructive aspiratory sickness. This is a bunch of lung problems that advancement after some time. One of the most continuous of these problems is emphysema and constant bronchitis. Both of these problems can influence individuals with COPD. Emphysema makes the air sacs in the lungs get diverted, forestalling outward wind current. Bronchitis produces irritation, which causes the bronchitis cylinder to limit. Subsequently, bodily fluid starts to collect. When practical, COPD ought to be dealt with. In any case, it speeds up the sickness course, causes heart troubles, and prompts other respiratory diseases. This dangerous ailment killed 2.75 million individuals around the world. Number 5. Stroke. Another perilous disorder that influences human bodies. At the point when the blood supply to the mind is upset, a stroke happens. Strokes can occur whenever, in any event, while you're dozing. Stroke is the main source of grown-up incapacity. Stroke killed just about 795,000 individuals. At the point when synapses bite the dust, mind capability endures also. Individuals become forever debilitated because of it. Language, sentiments, visual perception, and development are totally impacted by the stroke. At the point when the cerebrum is denied of oxygen and blood for a drawn-out time frame, it could bring about death. Roughly 14% of stroke patients bring about death while dozing. Number 4. Kidney infection. Kidney disappointment is one of the most well-known reasons for death among people. Kidney disappointment can endure any place from a month to years. Kidney disappointment that goes untreated could abbreviate one's future. Kidney harm keeps squander blood from being separated. The circulation system starts to gather alkali. Persistent renal sickness, CKD, is arranged into stages in light of kidney capability. Complete renal disappointment is shown by stage 5. Kidney injury can be brought about by high glucose, hypertension, or low circulatory strain. A particular measure of bloodstream is expected by the kidney. At the point when the body can't adapt, passing happens. Number 3. Cancer. The second leading cause of death for people worldwide is cancer. Cancer arises when cells do not decompose. By interfering with the system that keeps life alive, it brings about death. Age increases one's risk of developing cancer. Both smoking and exposure to chemical pollution raise the risk of cancer. The general causes of cancer are also the same. One of the main cancers that lead to death is lung cancer. There are no distinct symptoms of cancer. However, numerous forms of cancer research are currently being conducted in an effort to stop the disease before it reaches its initial stages. Number 2. Alzheimer's illness. Another major cause of death for people all around the world is this one. The nerve connection to the brain is severed as a result of this disorder. The patient is unable to swallow, move, or feed themselves. The destruction of the brain does not result in death. Instead, issues with brain function lead to death. Most Alzheimer's patients pass away from aspiration pneumonia. The primary contributor is poor swallowing. In this case, the food gets stuck in the windpipe and compromises lung function. People pass away as pneumonia develops. Number 1. Heart disease. The biggest cause of death for people worldwide is heart disease. It frequently and daily targets millions of people. This is a really hazardous condition for both men and women. More than half of all male deaths are due to heart disease. Numerous heart conditions are described as heart disease. However, the majority of them are brought on by artery plaque formation.